Hey guys, it's Andrew or Feel No Pain, and today I'm bringing you a video about the new mode for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. This is Exo Zombies, and I know what you're thinking. This isn't a Treyarch game, so how are they doing zombies? Well, I guess they've gotten so popular and everything that Sledgehammer decided to try their hand at it, and I'm probably going to be a little more lenient than I would with like a Treyarch game, just because this is Sledgehammer's first shot at it. So, as you can see already, a very similar style. You start with a pistol, you start with a few grenades. One difference in this is instead of having like one big power source to turn on, which has been one of the big things in the Treyarch games, you actually have multiple power sources. And as you saw, I turned one on at the beginning there. But there's a power source in each room which powers the little exo abilities that you can buy, which are basically the perks from the Treyarch Zombies games. It's very similar. There's not a whole lot to talk about, so I just kind of wanted to throw some gameplay in here so you guys could see it. It looks great. The zombies move amazing. Obviously, the character movement and shooting and everything is just as solid as it is in the multiplayer and everything else. That hasn't changed. I am playing solo on this one. I didn't want to go into a weird pub group and have it be people screaming and yelling and who knows, people not trying or anything. I wanted to get some halfway decent gameplay. Spoiler, I made it to round 19 in this, it was only my second game ever, so I'm not too upset about that. But it's really, really crazy. The one thing that kind of sets this apart is it uses Advanced Warfare's systems in the Zombies game. You start very, very much just as you normally would. Die in a couple hits. Sorry. Die in a couple hits. But you can make your way through the compound and get an exosuit. There's a room in there that you turn the power on and unlocks the exosuits, which gives you all the exo abilities. And also gives you access to the perks. You actually can't get the perks because they're tied to the exosuits. And the perks are pretty standard. You have Exo Soldier, which, if I'm not mistaken, is faster aim down sight time. I think so. I noticed a difference with the EM1, which I get later. I noticed there was significant shorter aim down sights time. I'm not sure if that's from the soldier perk or from me upgrading the weapon, but I'll get to that later. But yeah, you can get that. You can get pretty much Juggernaut. It's called Exo Health. You can get Exo Slam, which allows you to do your boost slam down on zombies, which I didn't try. I'm not sure how actually legitimate an option that is, because the last thing you really want to do is, as far as I'm concerned, is boost down into a big group of zombies, because if you don't kill them all or knock them all down or whatever it does, then you're stuck, trapped in the middle of a group of zombies. And that's kind of brings me to my next point. My next point is that the zombies start to have exoskeletons later, which is absolutely terrifying. They move quicker, they can do they do giant jump lunge punches at you. And then they have special effects. There's zombies that are plagued, which when they hit you, they infect you, which is, not good. There's actually a place on the map where you actually die if you don't get to this place in time. When you become infected, I think you get 60 seconds to make it over there, and you have to pay a couple hundred credits to basically clean yourself. It's like one of those chambers in all the sci-fi movies where people go, and a decontamination chamber. That's what it is. You have to get over there and decontaminate yourself. Now, the good thing is any zombies that run in there while you're doing it just die. That's nice if you're being swarmed and you just have to get out, but unfortunately you don't get any credits for them. So it's one of those things that you have to sort of balance your resources, your money, with survival. If you just don't have a chance to survive, then yeah, you may have to do that. And obviously if you're infected, you're going to have to. But if you have the choice, you may want to kill off some of the zombies first, get a bunch of points, and then just go in there and decontaminate yourself and not kill a lot of zombies in the process. There's other methods, actually, that have similar consequences. Of course, it works the same way as far as points. Hit markers 10, I think it kills 60, headshots are 100, and I think melee kills are 130. So at the beginning, going for like a couple pistol shots and a melee kill gets you a lot more points early on. That's just how these games work. It's how the zombies mode's always worked in Treyarch games, and I'm actually glad to see that they brought that back into this, because it does sort of let you weigh your options. When you get like an insta-kill drop, then, or I think it's called like some sort of power, something like that, but it's basically insta-kill. When you get one of those drops, you have to sort of go, well, do I need to just hose this entire group because they're, overwhelming me or cornering me, to can I pick them off one at a time by meleeing them and get more points out of it? And that's always one of the things that made zombies interesting. You really had to think on the fly and manage your survival versus, how much cool stuff do I want, how fast. And I still haven't got the entire lay of the map down. It's a solid-sized map. It's definitely outclassed by some of the Treyarch ones, especially Black Ops and Black Ops 2 when they started getting into crazy sized maps and with all these rooms and different abilities, and of course they had Easter eggs, which this might, I actually haven't gotten, I have no idea if there's an Easter egg or anything like that, but it's definitely not as in-depth. It's pretty straightforward. My first time playing through, by round 10, I think I'd opened all the rooms and pretty much figured out where everything was, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. That means it's more approachable, I guess. You don't have to spend, days figuring out every aspect of it. But I didn't do well my first time. I think I made it to around 12, maybe. Just got overwhelmed, stuck in these little corridors. And, when you've got 20 zombies coming at you from both directions, you get stuck in a corridor. It's pretty much game over. Let's see. Some of the other similarities are there's a pack-a-punch machine, but it's different. There's the pack-a-punch machine, although it's not called that, it's just you upgrade your weapon. But, like, for instance, I've got the AMR-9. If I were to go to that machine, it costs $2,500, and I would get the AMR-9 Mark I, which at certain level, or certain upgrade boundaries, you get new additions. Like, it goes up to Mark 20, so you can upgrade a single weapon 20 times, and that upgrades its power slightly, and it also, at certain benchmarks, gives you additional perks, whether it be, you could get an extended mag on it, or you could get an optical sight, or you could get, a variety of things. Like, the EM9, which I pick up, or actually get from the box, and that's another similarity, but the EM9, I actually, one of the first things it gives you on it is one of the hybrid sights. The ones that's like a zoomed-in sight that you can switch to red dot. I didn't find that too useful, and I actually don't know if the EM9 is very good for zombies. I feel like because of the low damage and number of hit markers it gets, it's really good at getting points. But I didn't feel like I was doing a whole lot of damage even after I upgraded it, so I guess there's that balance. And so yeah, that's one of the things, the pack-a-punch machine. The other thing, as I already talked about, is there's those the perks that you can get for your exosuit, which are, I think, across the board almost exactly the same. The Exo Medic is quick revive, so in solo play you get 3 of those and you automatically revive when you go down. And let's see, beyond that, there's trying to think of more differences, honestly, but there really aren't a lot. It's a good zombies game. It's solid feeling, and it just came out on PC. I know it's been out on Xbox for a while, but it just came out on PC, I think March 3rd, and I just picked it up. So it's kind of a new thing, and I'm hoping that in the next few months, in the DLCs or whatever, we get more maps. Maybe they add some other things, but right now it's very basic. It does remind me of kind of like the first map of each Black Ops game. is just kind of like, okay, this is what we're doing this time. This is sort of the basics. We just want to get you a feel for how it works, and I guess that's okay. I don't mind that because it's different enough. There are enough things different about it from the Treyarch Zombies iterations that it doesn't feel like, oh, well, I've played this exact thing before, I have no reason to play it. I'm sure it's better with a group of friends. I just have to get a bunch of people that have this on PC, and I'll probably give that a crack too. But the only thing I notice solo is that you get overwhelmed very, very quickly. I'm not sure if maybe it's just because it's new and people haven't figured out how to do the whole zombie training thing. I know that was something that when you got good at it, and the other ones you could just sit in a room and just run circles. Well, in this, it's not so easy. Like I said, there's those plague zombies, which are a huge pain. You pretty much have to get rid of them right away. But there's also, I don't know, it looks like some sort of like poison cloud zombies where you, when you blow them up, or when you kill them, they blow up. So that's a little scary. But the worst one of all, in my opinion, that I kept getting absolutely screwed by, are these zombies that are electrified. They have exosuits a lot of the time. They're fast, they can jump, they can do that crazy like jump punch at you. And in the process, if they hit you, they disable your exosuit for probably somewhere between 6 and 8 seconds. It doesn't seem that bad until it happens to you in a group of zombies, and that's when you realize you're just fucked. There's no better way to say it, because you lose your ability to double jump, to boost dodge, to do anything exosuit related. You can still toss grenades, but standard grenades are just going to get you killed. You're just going to bounce them off a zombie's head, and it's going to blow you up before you can get out. There are nano grenades, nano swarm grenades, which I actually pick up right here. Actually, those became my best friend in this. You only get 2, and each round it only refreshes 1, but max ammo does give you more of them, and that's what they do. You saw it right there. Basically, it creates a cloud, much like in multiplayer when you add that effect to, I think, basically the Predator missile you can drop. And when anything walks into it, it takes considerable and consistent damage hits. So that plus insta-kill is absolutely ridiculous. You can just toss it down and stand in it, and zombies will run at you, and there's nothing they can do. Once again, though, you're really only getting 1 hit marker, and it doesn't count as a headshot, so you're losing points, but those things are a fantastic way to get out of a bad situation. And as you can see, I finally got infected, so you're going to get to see me run like an idiot towards the decontamination machine, toss all the things. Like I said, I'm not real good at this yet, but after just a couple games, it's something that I want to get good at. It's something that I want to do better at. I do actually feel like I want to go back and, like, maybe next time I'll just make 1 more round and I'll get to 20, and that'll be a big deal. And then maybe I'll get to 25 eventually. And I already looked at the leaderboards, and there's people that have done round 37 and stuff. So I feel like, okay, maybe there's room for growth, and I'm doing something wrong, and I can figure out a strategy for the later rounds. And as you can see, I keep getting infected, and it's a giant pain. But the weird thing that you'll notice, and this makes sense, is the EM1, which is an energy weapon, and typically in multiplayer overheats. In this, it never overheats. It just has a percentage, like battery life or something like that. And it works like ammo does. If you get max ammo, it refills itself. And also, when you upgrade your weapons at the Pack-a-Punch machine, or whatever it's called in this, at the weapon upgrade machine, you max out your ammo again. So it's actually, you don't always necessarily want to upgrade your weapon as soon as you're able to. It's if you can survive and you don't need your weapon to do that extra damage and have the extra attachments right away, it's actually a pretty good idea to wait until you're low on ammo, and then when you go back there, it's not only giving you an upgrade, it's giving you full ammo again. So balancing those things is tough. And like I said, 2 games in, I'm not there yet. I'm not at the point where I can say that I'm doing it well. Right now I'm just like, well, let's just kill as many zombies as possible and, see how far we get before we die. So, yeah, as you can see the nano swarm going to work, just jump back and forth through the field, and you'll see hit markers come up like crazy. It's kind of intense. But those aren't a grenade you start with. You start with just standard frags like I threw there. But you can get other ones instead of frags. Like, I haven't seen sticky grenades like Semtex that you could always get in the other ones, but you can get contact grenades which blow up on contact. Obviously that has the potential to make taking out groups much easier. Like, say right here, I could just chuck one into them and they would blow up immediately instead of having to cook it and time it. But it's also pretty scary because if you spaz out in a bad situation and use one, you can't toss it at the ground or a wall next to you and then jump away because it'll just blow up and kill you. That's actually how my first game ended. I blew myself up with a frag grenade because I was so intent on getting away from zombies that I forgot to stop cooking it. I forgot to throw it, and it just blew up and killed me. But yeah, that's pretty much what this is. It's a zombies mode, and if you've got the game and you're a little sketchy on like DLC and spending $15 for a few multiplayer maps, the fact that this is added into it makes it very much worth it. I'll probably play solo a whole bunch more just to try to see how far I can get. But like I said, if you've got friends to play with as well, that extends the amount of time you get even more. And it just for $15, them adding a whole zombies mode definitely at least makes the first DLC for PC completely worth it. As you saw there, that was the DNA bomb, so that's the nuke that clears the board. I guess the last thing that's different that you might have noticed is I've been picking up these little canisters. They're basically like dropships. Like, oh, hey, you're alone by yourself in a world full of zombies and screwed, so here's a little bit of help. And those can range from aerial assault drones to sentry guns. You can get rocket turrets. Sometimes they're just credits. Other time, so you'll just get a few points for capturing them. The one I like the most is camouflage, which was, I believe, the first one I picked up. I have it on my 6 button right now. I can use whenever, and I keep forgetting it's there. To be honest, I should have used it right here. But what it does is, for like 30 seconds, it masks your scent or whatever and makes the zombies completely ignore you. So if you get surrounded like I did right there, instead of dying, you can actually tag that, and they'll just stand there. And you can just basically kill them all, and it gives you 20 or 30 seconds of it, so it's plenty of time to kill everything around you, run away, let yourself heal, maybe get some more ammo if you need to, or a perk or something. It's really useful, and I feel like with the increased pace of this game and how agile the zombies are, I mean especially the exo ones, I feel that having those things and using them well is just one more kind of step towards succeeding. I don't feel like success in this game is merely train zombies in a circle with a halfway decent weapon, hope you don't run out of ammo, or any variety of things that worked in the Treyarch ones. I feel like you really have to utilize everything in your you have to use grenades at the right time. You have to use the upgrade machine at the right time. Heck, like right here, I was hurt pretty bad before I ran in here, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let the zombies come, and I'm just gonna kill a bunch of them with it. There's one of the lightning zombies rebooting EXO, and it messes with your screen, and you can't do anything, and it's so brutal. So I haven't found a good place to kind of like scope out the types of zombies that are coming yet. I feel like there's probably spots that you can sit and kind of pick off the really bad ones before you just sort of like run around and let the other ones follow you. But I haven't found it yet. I haven't found a spot that's good for that. So I've been getting trapped a lot, and I've been getting hit by the plague and the lightning zombies a whole bunch. And I'm sure there's a better way. I don't pretend to be a master at this, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and I'm actually going to just kind of leave it here. I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of my gameplay. It's only like another 15 minutes or so until I get absolutely wrecked. I might edit out a part or two if I get a crawler and go get a bunch of nonsense. But I figured I'd leave this so you can see kind of what it gets looking like up in the higher teens and how crazy it gets. But that's really all I wanted to say. This is a really solid zombies mode, and I'm impressed with Sledgehammer for doing so well on their first time out. Like I said, there's if you haven't seen my Advanced Warfare multiplayer video, check that out. It's the one right before this. And I do have a lot of concerns with the game as far as that goes, but none of they're all multiplayer oriented. They're all they're lag oriented, and this, that, and the other, and some mechanics. But when you're doing co-op, it's different. It doesn't matter, because if there's an overpowered gun or something, then that's just great. That's just helping you out more. It's not like you're fighting against other people. So a lot of those problems I have with the multiplayer, which to be honest is a big reason to get this game, because $60 for a 6-hour single player is, yes, whatever. But now that there's zombies and everything, there's more diversity to it. And I kind of feel like this game, if they keep doing what they're doing, this game has a pretty decent future, because if you can get the multiplayer to work, well, great. But getting, if you already got the game and you're just kind of mad at multiplayer and it's not working out for you, then the only thing I can say is it's kind of cool that there's a zombies mode now, that if you've already got the game and you like the zombies modes from the Treyarch ones, that at least this way it gives you something else you can do. If multiplayer's not your thing, or you just don't like it for this game, or you can't handle the lag, or you don't know how to fix it, or you've tried and you haven't been able to fix it, this at least gives something else to do. And I think that was needed. There was so many problems and so many people hating on this game that I kind of hope this mode brings some people back into it. And I know for me, I haven't played multiplayer since I did my video, not because I hate it completely. It's frustrating at times for a variety of reasons, but I just haven't had time. So yeah, I'm definitely at the point where I'm glad this came into it. I'm officially glad I got this game now, and I feel like we get to see sort of a I don't know, an evolution of the zombies mode, or at least a different take on it, and I don't think that's ever a bad thing. So I'm gonna let you guys watch the last 10 minutes of this if you wish. If not, thanks for sticking around this long, but I will talk to you guys later and see you in the next video.
backup. Thanks. They're getting close. That's right. Angie, can you connect us to an outside line?
Identity unrecognized. Please try again.
Fucking useless.
Power has been restored to the ward. Exo reload available.
This will speed up the reload.
Door open.
God, I need that printer. Shit, she means the kennels with our security dogs. and load. There's the rescue team.
Full reload activated.
Nice!
My system is being rebooted. I won't be available for a few minutes while I'm offline, but don't worry. That's the point.
Suck, Angie!
Progress beyond the scope of my programming. Allow me to connect you with someone who might be able to help.
You're fucking useless. Heads up!
Activated.
There! One hit, one kill.
Full reload.
Shit I can buy now. Hell yeah! Palace were just sent backup. Oh, baby! Ah! Hey, Joey's down! Shalom! zombie mob.